NXT just went off the air. Unpopular Review is going on the air. There's so much to talk about. This is the last stop for NXT Heatwave. So we're going to talk about tonight's show. We're going to give out some predictions. It is going to be a great time tonight. You're watching Unpopular Review. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. It does wonders for us. And let's play this lovely intro that we have. And we'll start the show. Whoops.
Mr. Cat is joining us on the air for Unpopular Review for a brief moment. It is I, Sabrina Estella, Maddog Kelly, and the birthday man, soon-to-be birthday man of the hour, the great Grand Slam birthday Poobah is in the building.
I'm very excited about tonight's episode. You know, I said last week we're going to have the taco extravaganza. I got my tacos on the side, got a little tequila here, and I have a birthday gift that was given to me by one Sabrina Estella. I appreciate that. She said, "Hey, bad guy, I'm going to send you this, but you can't open it." And those are the hardest words that you could ever give to me because, like, that is tough because don't open it. Like, I immediately said, I have to open it, but I did not open it. She said, "Hey, save it for on air," and I am going to open it. So, real quick before I open it, we got George in the chat. Let's highlight him real quick because he was here. We got Zach here, Zach Mango. I hope I'm saying his name correct, but he said, "Happy National Soft Ice Cream Day." That's fantastic. Get down! Okay. He's acting up now because I'm on air. Okay. George says, "Hello, everyone." George also said NXT was pretty good tonight. He says it was an 8.5 NXT show tonight. We're going to talk about that match because that's what opened. He says Josh Briggs and Inamura street fight was okay till the end. Jordynne Grace. So he's giving us some highlights here. He's talking about Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. The segment was good. He said NXT Heatwave is no one sees what's going on the other side. That's why I'm easily distracted. But he says NXT Heatwave is going to be good, even though I'm going to be at work on Sunday, but I'll watch the replay when I get home from work. I want to say thank you for that. He says, "Happy birthday, BadGuy Jack." Thank you. And he said he loved the Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt. I felt like it was only right because I'm a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. And we got Jeffrey in the chat. He says, "What's up, NXT Trio? And happy birthday, my brother." Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the love. And I look forward to celebrating with you guys. Now, I'm going to open this because I'm very excited about opening this. So I should have probably had some scissors here. Yeah, I mean, this is a damn good tape job right here. I gotta say. I should have really bought. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna open this. Give me a minute. Oh, there we go. Boom. So let's do this. Let's look at this right here. No, it's not your birthday. Get out of here.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Oh my God! Give me a second. I have to rewind. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, am I still around?
No.
I hope I'm still.
We see Mr. Cat.
Give me a minute. Jesus, Mr. Cat. Goodness, Mr. Cat. Give me a minute. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties on my end. Thank you, Mr. Cat, for embarrassing me. I am so sorry. As I readjust here, I am so sorry. That damn cat. This show really went off on the rails. All right, let's look at this gift right here. All right, get a cat. I love this. Look at this. This is the best there is. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You can't go wrong with this Bret Hart, baby. I love this DVD. I love this. This is fantastic. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. This is a collector's right here. This is fantastic. I want to say thank you, Sabrina Estella, for. I should have worn a Bret Hart shirt. I was not prepared for this, but I love this. Everyone knows how I feel about Bret Hart. He's the GOAT. He's the reason why I do all this and do all this podcasting and stuff like that. So shout out to the Hitman, and I want to thank you, Sabrina Estella, because I can't wait to look at this tonight. It's been a while, but I cannot wait to look at this. So thank you so much, madam. This is great. I feel like I should have my Bret Hart shades, but unfortunately, I don't. I've lost them.
The black pink. So I'm doing that for you right now.
I love that.
I want to make sure that the show didn't go off the rails. Can I still be heard?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. No, because Mr. Cat.
UPR shows tend to go off the rails sometimes, so this is nothing new for anybody watching.
Have you guys seen last night? Not go back watch last night. Last night was very interesting.
Just ask this
So
one.
you were on last night. That's right. I forgot about that. I rewatched that show. It was a great show, but it was very interesting.
The executive asked, could I fill in and help out? And I was looking forward to doing that. This is probably going to be the last show I'm doing show wise, unless they want me on AEW tomorrow. But I doubt that. I think I've been banned from that show. But yes, I got George in the chat.
I'll vouch for you.
I appreciate.
I have an in with her, so
I appreciate
her
that.
know. I got you.
Oh, Jeffrey asking, where are the tacos? Let me make sure, because I have a greedy cat, but my tacos are here. I cheated. I ate my burrito. What you call it? But I have me a shrimp taco, and it's really good. So Sabrina,
tacos, but I have Kit Kat.
that's a great way to start the show. So,
well, if we're doing it,
Sabrina Estella, take over. No, it's not your birthday. No. Get your own birthday.
Well, you do have a cat and you have seafood, so that's all I'm gonna say on that.
that is true. They do like food.
But anyways, we have NXT that started with the usual, with people coming into the arena, which they were in Philly today, so they weren't in our usual locale. And from all that, we get Briggs attacking Yoshiki in the back, and they're fighting off to ringside. And that's how it starts off. And they just keep going at it back and forth, just beating the hell out of each other. Of course, Briggs is going to fight dirty like he's been doing lately. Inamura fights back with honor like he should. And as they keep going back and forth, Briggs is bleeding, and Yoshiki rock bottoms him into a trash can and gets a table, sets the table up, and he puts Briggs to the table. That still don't work. And then he rams the table into Inamura and slides in and drops him with a chain-loaded lariat, sets him up over the table, a different one, with the moonsault, and Briggs wins the match. Which I think makes perfect sense for Briggs to be the one to win a street fight, because in fights like these, you fight dirty or you lose. And Inamura tried, but...
Maddog, you want to take the floor here and give your thoughts about this match?
I thought the match was okay. So how can I say it? Just a little bit tired of seeing gimmick matches, especially after I went to SummerSlam a couple weeks ago and saw a bunch of gimmick matches. I saw a street fight between John Cena, Cody Rhodes live. It was a great fight, but I don't know. This one didn't do it for me like the Cena Cody match. The Cena Cody match, phenomenal. That went back and forth. 5 stars all the way, obviously, of course. But this one though, I would give it maybe like 3. I thought it was fun. It got the point across, and it makes Briggs look strong. So yeah.
I thought Briggs needed to get this one. I think it was more important that he got the win than Inamura. To answer your question, Jeffrey, he was asking, what did I think about the Philly stage? I like the stage. I like how it's set up. I like how it's intimate. So I like those stages where I'm pretty sure it's a lot bigger than I'm thinking it is, but it's still small. It's still a small arena. But I did like the scenery of it. But I thought the match was good. I did like how it started off where Josh Briggs. A lot of times it's so funny when you talk about wrestling, right? And when there's like this blood feud or something, and they're like, "Here's a blood feud," and how do you start off with it? And you start off with a headlock takeover. No, you should start off with swinging in someone's face. And I absolutely not. This is mine. But I'd sit here and I thought the match was pretty. I thought the match was pretty good, and I like the and honestly too. I'm sorry because I'm losing all my train of thoughts here because my cat is very wow, really. But I thought they made Briggs look very strong here when he kicked out of the I don't know what he calls his frog splash, but when he kicked out of there, I was actually surprised. I was like, oh. Did not see that coming, and then see him win with the moonsault. Now the question is now what do you do with Josh Briggs? Is he's going to go for gold? Is there any kind of angle here? Do you guys have any direction for him at this moment? Oh, okay, there we go. No one has any direction.
Nothing that could cross my mind of who else he go after next, since all the big name faces are either going after Oba or Paige or just fighting each other for the hell because they're bored.
I just want to, because right, there's so many things that you and I will blame the cat MD8999. It's my birthday week, so don't you argue with me, man.
They asked me why did I steal Pharrell's hat. First of all, Pharrell's hat had a different shape than this, and it was brown. So you don't roast me, you roast me accurately. And second of all, I didn't steal Pharrell's hat. I technically stole JC's hat, and I'm dressed JC style for this one because that is our shared favorite.
That's right.
I went to high school with her. I just got it.
And he will
hold on. No, Mad Dog. This is because every chance he gets, he sits there and says, I knew someone famous. Well, you know what? You're not bragging about because now you know me now. So add me to the mix too of people famous. So all this,
hey, man, I sent you that post one time. Since I'm on Facebook.
I every chance I get, I'm going to always tell this story because, you sat here and you said I went to school with her, and that's great. And I think that's fantastic. But, the executive consultant, that one time I went out there in Florida, I'll always say this every chance I get. I had my back turned. I don't know why. I just had my back turned. And I heard a voice, but I paid it no mind. And here's the executive consultant. Oh, wow, that was JC Jane. And I said, oh, now you tell me. Soon as she leaves. And this is why I have no respect for the executive consultant. And I pray that one day he forgets to rub Bengay on his elbow because that is very rude. Like, how do you not tell me, the guy who whatever? I'm sorry. I'm ranting. It's my birthday weekend. I'm just very loud. I am very loud. I was gonna wear my Burger King crown, but it got wet. So it was very upsetting. I didn't know it was paper. I thought it was metal. But what else do we have going on?
I think
Sabrina
Medieval Times is metal. I think they have metal crowns. I
had mines too, and the horse stepped on it. Now I hate horses.
Oh, the Medieval Times one. I have one of those in my room. Crowns.
Well, after all that, we get a video from Twitter of a chat between Masha, Ava, and Santino, where Slamovich pitches herself as a special guest referee tonight, and she says, "I promise no shenanigans." They agree to have her be the special guest referee for a certain match tonight, and we all know which one it becomes later. And we get Trick Williams being interviewed backstage talking about beating Moose, and he says Javon must be stupid if he thinks he can beat him because he's about to bounce his ass back to high school because this is fitness for grown men, and he's going to see Oba at Heatwave and make himself a 3-time NXT champion.
Did you guys see the video? I'm sure they posted on Twitter too, but I saw it on Instagram. And he was just roasting people in the Philadelphia arena. Like he was just walking down, like someone wore a Javon shirt, and they said, "Well, this guy must be in the nosebleeds and stuff." I don't know. I just thought it was I just thought it was good. I thought it was damn good. Like Trick is certain things with Trick where sometimes I'd be like, this guy right here, man.
Well, he did what he got to do.
What else we got here on the docket?
They're both very talented, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought that was great. I laughed at that one guy who put his hand out and he just pushed him and whatever. Now, Trick has been this run with him as the TNA championship. I've been enjoying it. That's all. Just wanted to say
So have
that.
I. And I want to jump in here. I've been getting attacked on, social media because everyone's calling me out saying the run's no good or I'm crazy for liking the Trick Williams run. It's a great run. No matter what, I'm sorry, I'm ranting now, but he's on the run of his life right now, and it's fantastic. I don't know why people don't see this. I've been doing that for about 2 weeks. I've been battling with the people in the internet wrestling community. Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to ignore people because some people I
Absolutely,
don't
buddy of
I
mine told
don't
me that, and I take that to heart.
yeah. Sometimes you just have to ignore that. I mean, you're
Opinion written on social media. I just reshare whatever I see on Twitter.
listen, like what you like, man. Like I know I give people like if you like Bill Goldberg, I know I'm gonna give you a hard time, and that's just your fault. But like if you like Bill Goldberg, that's fine. My point is, if whatever you like is what you like, man, that's fine. I like this said guy in the chat here because I like to highlight people who are followers of JC Jane, and he sees JC retaining the championship. But we're gonna have predictions for what's this pay-per-view Heatwave later on. But what else do we have? What else do we have going on for tonight's NXT?
So we had Ricky Saints against Jasper Troy. So we had one big guy who they wanted to have a winning momentum after their feud with their now former best friend. And then they have someone who wins LFG Season 1 in the male side of things. And what are they doing with him other than having him lose? Because he goes up against Ricky, who is a talented wrestler, not taking anything like that away from him. But it's like, why are y'all making this monster of a man, Jasper Troy, look like he can be beaten by anybody that literally has about this much muscle mass in comparison to him?
Right. I agree with that.
You know what I didn't like about
Ricky's not a tiny guy by any means, but damn, what do you got with Jasper?
No, he's not a big dude by any means, but I really didn't like that finish. I thought Ricky would win, but I didn't like that. So I try to look at it in two different ways, right? Like, okay, it was 2 DDTs that took him out. I still didn't like that though. I didn't think that was the way for him to go out. I don't know, man. Jasper is interesting to me because I didn't watch LFG by any means. But he has a big look. He looks like he looked like he could. I feel like if I was standing next to him, it would look like how Omos and Microman was on Saturday. So he's a big freaking dude. But the way he's being booked and I look at him, I'm like, man, he should be booked like a monster. And I feel like they're not doing that. They're not doing that. And I don't know a whole heck of a lot about Jasper. I mean, if you watch LFG, I guess you can sit here and be like, oh, but there's this and this and this and this, but I don't know any of that because I didn't watch LFG. So stuff.
Yeah, neither did I. I'm not saying that wins matter, but I mean, if you're going to make someone look like they can take down anybody, then why are you booking him like if you were booking, I don't know, Akira Tozawa?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I wanted to highlight because I think MD said some, I give MD hell and whatnot, but I give everyone hell in the chat. But he was saying wins don't always matter when you're being built up to be a monster heel. I think that's a fair point, but I just feel like
I'm not saying he's got to win all the time, but
I feel like right now with him being so new, he should be looking dominant. I prefer for him to, because eventually he's going to lose. But I feel like those first few feuds matches, he should be kicking ass. And the only thing I see is his ass getting kicked. And that's a big ass to be kicked.
I want to jump in on here because I actually did.
People are getting their ass kicked with being enhancement talent and all that.
Right.
And he knew he should be booked like that.
Yeah.
I feel like
both your points. Yes, absolutely.
I feel like after he had that match with almost said Omos. I'm so sorry. Oba. Yeah, I feel like after that he should have went on a tear. They booked him in that match, and there was no way, and there was no circumstances where he should have won. There was no way he should have won that match. But whatever, he loses to the champion. No one's gonna sit here and say this guy's washed. He hung with the champion. Cool. Kicked out of his finisher and all that too. So I just sit here and think that after this he should have just been murdering people. He should have just been stepping on people and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's just my personal.
Right, right. The thing is here with this. Now I can't wait to jump in on this. I've been wanting to for a minute because I watched the show. I watched the LG. I'm watching season 2 right now in the middle of it. Here's the thing. They don't have room for these guys. And they're bringing these guys up. This whole show, this whole LFG, I found out that, this is just this stage as WWE stage. Because, like I said last week, Cutler J was on LFG. They took him out because they needed him for Dark State. That's what happened. He wasn't hurt. They faked his whole injury, and then they said, "Oh, BJ's back," and because they needed Cutler. They don't need Jasper Troy on this roster. They don't. Now, do I like Jasper Troy? Hell yeah. They built him up in LFG to be this big monster. But unfortunately, they got too many people on the roster right now. That's the issue right now with this. I like Jasper. I think he kicks ass in LFG. But on the main roster, NXT roster, he's getting his ass kicked, so they don't know where to book him. That's the interesting part. That's what it gets me so boiled. It's like you've made this guy so, top of the mountain, and then all of a sudden you're bringing him back down. It makes no sense. I'm done ranting. If anybody wants
I totally heard what you were saying. I'm sorry, I was chuckling. I was chuckling when you said it got you boiled.
No. You're good. You're good. Right.
But listen, Jeffrey agrees with you. He says he agrees with you, Mad Dog.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah. It's
MD says in the chat. He says they definitely
like Jasper. He's awesome. He won the damn thing. He got a belt too. They got a belt. They got a trophy. They got all this stuff. I don't know if you guys know that they got all this like cool stuff. And they got the rest of Madison Square Garden. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. They did that NXT show. Did you guys go for that? Because they did a taping of LFG right before Roadblock. They did the LFG.
Oh no,
before Roadblock that night.
I went there. Okay. I was highly upset. You know why I was upset, right, Mad Dog?
No.
Oh, you do? Oh no, you said So okay, so you lied.
So
you lied to me.
No, I heard you were so. Yeah. I had to.
Why was I upset, Mad Dog? Tell me what I want to hear.
Somebody lost that night.
No, she wasn't even on the card. How could she lose if she wasn't on the card?
That's right.
But it was a fun card, though. It was fun, but I didn't catch the. I think I caught the tail end of the LFG people fighting and stuff like that. Okay. I think I caught that more of the tail end, so I couldn't speak intelligently about it at all. But it was a fun show that they have, and I hope that they continue to do more shows like that. NMSG or even I always mix up the Hammerstein Ballroom and the other little room that they have. But my point is, it would be cool if they start doing more NXT shows in New York. Is what I was going to get at. But Sabrina, before we do a commercial, I'm pretty sure we have some commercials here. I hope. What else do we have going?
So we go backstage and we have Hank and Tank who are talking with Ava Raine to try to find out which two of the Dark State guys are going to get on Sunday when the Elegance Brand comes in and just shoos them away. And the personal concierge introduces the three of them and implores Ava not to allow that filthy Masha Slamovich be the official tonight. But Ava says a deal is a deal, done deal, and Masha appears in her ref uniform. And the conjurers flips out about having a look of bias on her face. And the Elegance Brand storms off to go find a lawyer to talk to.
I call him like side hair guy. I don't know his name, but he's always around. Everyone knows how I feel about Ava. Ava just allows anything to happen. But I look forward to talking about this 6-woman tag match. I don't know. Did you have any thoughts here, Mad Dog? The dog of madness.
Yes. Ava Raine. Last week I rewatched our show, and I gave her way too much credit. Now going back to who should get the GM of the year, I would have to now give that to Nick Aldis, because apparently Adam Pearce last night looked like a goofball in front of Naomi when Naomi told him to get out of the ring. He just looked absolutely ridiculous being in the ring. Poor Naomi. This woman is pregnant with child, and here it is Adam Pearce saying, "No, you have to relinquish the title," and this, that, and the other. Naomi did it on her own terms, and I'll get into that in a story I have for later on. But as for the segment, I thought the segment was fine, but yeah, Ava's not a good. I think we need to start, repping Nick Aldis for GM of the year, or maybe that guy in TNA. I don't know, that Van Santino guy.
Santino Marella.
Absolutely not, Santina Morella. He's a fool. You know why he's a fool? Look,
he booked. Wait. He booked
no,
JC as a double champion. Don't say he's a fool.
Let me tell you something. I did everything. I didn't say this. There was going to be a disclaimer. I was going to be like, yo, I'm not going to yell on this episode at all. And then I immediately said, no, I changed my mind. Because right now I know things were going to sit here and upset me. Santina Morella has it out for JC Jane. So I don't think he should be there. I think Ava definitely don't care. I think Ava she closed the door and says, please don't have me do anything. These people, listen, if I'm sitting here picking GM, I'm picking Eric Bischoff. And you can say, well, he hasn't been the GM since 2005. Well, I don't care. That's all I got for you guys. I'm sorry. What else do we have going here before we do? We got Good Chris in the chat. It's always great to see Good Chris. He says, Masha Slamovich did a great job. I'm just assuming.
She was fair. I'll give her that. She was fair in the match.
Well, I mean, she had no choice because she would have got knocked out of her slam of socks by JC Jane, and that would have been a problem.
That is true.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Beat her up bad.
Don't disrespect the final bosses. See, I like where Jeffrey's going with this. He picked Teddy Long. He picked Teddy Long.
Teddy Long. If
we're picking GMs that no longer work with WWE, I'll pick Paige then.
I forgot she was a GM, right? She was like
I'm gonna get
some. Bill was GM for a while. I remember.
That's fine. I like that. Anybody over Ava. You know what? I picked a bruised mango for Ava because Ava just don't care. Anytime something goes wrong with JC, she just. You guys in the chat don't understand the stress that I have. Sabrina, go on because I'm fluttering over my words, and right now I just want to hit a tornado punch, and I don't know on who, but I just want to hit a tornado punch. Oh, now you're asleep.
We have Jordynne Grace making her entrance, and she gets on the mic, and she says she came to NXT after traveling the world and building a reputation, and she figured she'd do like she always has and win championships, but that hasn't happened yet. She's aware of her weakness, and it's expected those to set her back, but she didn't expect a friendship to set her back, a friendship that lasted a week and a half. Anyways, she watches the show, and she knows how wrestling friendships pans out, but she thought maybe, hey, this is the exception. Rule number one in wrestling when it comes to friendships, there are no exceptions. She says that was stupid of her, but the adjustment of being in WWE has been really, really hard, and she never had someone try to exploit her insecurities and force her to address them publicly. Like, did they not do that to you in DNA, girl? Like, what happened? With
that was good.
She doesn't need to prove that she's better, and she doesn't care about revenge, but she wants Mariah May Monroe to see herself for what exactly she is. And enters said woman, accompanied by 4 security guards. She says there's no redemption for the truth, gets in the ring, and has a contract drawn up. If Jordynne lays one finger on me, then the match of Heatwave is off. And she thought, I needed to feel sorry for you. But Jordynne clearly doesn't need to feel sorry for herself. She said that she's been right about a lot of things, but this is where she's wrong. At Evolution, we're stuck at ringside while I wrestled in the ring as one of the main characters. So I think you're just jealous of me. Evolution must have been a harsh reality check And Mariah May Monroe is a disgusting snake.
Wait, I'm just
You know-
gonna correct you again. It's Blake Monroe.
No, I'm laughing because like everyone. No, hold up. Everyone's on to the bit of what the sensational Sabrina Estella has been doing here because she has fused both names, and that's fine. But I love it because Jeffrey says he loves that you still call her Mariah May.
That is
And
her government name, and I will call her by her government name. I'm not calling her by that other name that I already know two people by, and the combination name that she used, which she did not do intentionally, but it is the name of a retired ex actress. Anyways. Oh, yes. She says Jordynne isn't just an outsider. She's a reject playing a superstar, and now that the glamour has arrived, there's simply not enough room for the both of them. Jordynne starts with her, and she gets sworn off by Mariah May Monroe per the contract, but Jordynne says she doesn't need to attack her to show what she's going to get a Heatwave, and she lays down 3 of the security guards. The last one's still standing in the ring, runs away, grabs Mariah May Monroe by the wrist.
Bro had endurance.
To show her what ugly really looks like.
Bro really had endurance the way he ran and got the hell out of there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
George, I read your comment. I'm not making that deal. Nope, absolutely not. Not that's all y'all are getting.
Yeah.
You know, I do got to say that part, and I'm glad that you mentioned that in detail when you were talking about what Jordynne Grace said, and she said something over the lines of like having a friendship, and it was only like a week or something like that. And I'm like, girl, that's not a friendship. It's not a friendship at all. That's a partnership. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you so devastated about this?
That's an acquaintanceship. What do you mean?
Huh?
An acquaintanceship. It doesn't even last long.
Yeah, like the way she made, she felt like she made it sound like she got stabbed in the back by her best friend. Like that's something. Like when Triple H turned on Shawn Michaels, that was a big deal because they've been best friends. These people, they didn't even know anything about each other. Like Blake one day was like, "Yo, let's go to the spa." Like that meant she didn't know anything about this woman. Matter of fact, and also too, when Jordynne Grace, and I do want to throw this out here because I'm just in such a celebratory mood, and any chance I get. But you know, Jordynne Grace, she talks about being in that championship match, but she lost to JC Jane, and I just wanted to throw that out there.
Badly too, by the way.
She got dumped. Matt. Would you say and agree that she got dominated?
It was a JC.
Good job, Matt.
Match, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
I might play the kazoo
tonight.
If Matt keeps this kind of behavior, I might play the kazoo tonight. See this? I got this kazoo. I got it from Five Below. I don't know what song. That's all I got. What's next? Huh?
Did you play? No, you're playing the wrong way. You're supposed to use the other side.
It is supposed to be the other way.
Oh, this way?
Yes.
No, this is where my mouth is supposed to be. My mouth's supposed to be.
No, it's the big side.
Oh. I don't think that's how this works.
My ears.
Nothing with that.
My goodness.
Oh, it apparently put my lungs into it. Okay, cool. I'm hoping if I do that, I can still celebrate my birthday on Saturday, Jeffrey, the way that was. What's next? What do we got here going? Don't look at me like that, Mr. Cat. I'm having a good time.
Do we have a commercial?
We should have a commercial. Someone got to be yelled at. Give me a minute. Where's this commercial at? I don't think they give us anything. Where is our commercials? All right, no, we have a commercial. Be right back.
This was another good match. Why do you look at me like that? No?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This guy at Cesaro, where'd they find him? What Burger King parking lot did they find this man and put a mask?
They threw a mask over him and said, "Good luck."
Oh my God, this guy looked. Chris, come in here. This is ridiculous. This man looked like a sandbag the entire match. I feel sorry for Swerve Strickland. that he had to put up with this bump. Jesus Christ. He's terrible. Echicero is
I'm not
terrible.
gonna say
With Don Callis on commentator, no less.
Terrible.
I'm not gonna
This
say
guy-
he's the best wrestler, but there were some good offensive moves that he did with Swerve.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Honestly-
Maybe I need to get my. Hold on a second. I might need to check. My
Honestly, this wasn't even the biggest part of the match. Was the match? It was the
The
after.
biggest part of the match was Echicero. This guy's a big zero. He's got zero in his name. He's a bum.
I mean,
I need to find that episode now to watch Steve just dog on AEW for over an hour.
I want to say that was like 2-3 weeks ago that he was
I
on
will
there.
find you that. I'll send that to you. No
No.
problem. I'm like the UPR archivist. I watch them all back and archive them all. So yeah.
Oh, check you out.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
But anyways, we are back on the air to discuss NX Tuesday with the NX Trio celebrating an NX member's birthday. That'll be coming up soon.
There.
I appreciate that. We're here to celebrate, and we're also here to talk about some NXT. And it's so far has been great. You guys in the chat have been fantastic. We see you guys in there. George, Jeffrey said, I don't know if MD8999 is still there, but we see you guys and we appreciate you guys. Look, he's still there. I see him. He said, look,
He's there.
Anyways, afterwards, we had Fatal Influence chatting up backstage. Lainey Reed is rolling up to tell
I
Casey
love her.
to show
I love
them
this woman.
double
Yes.
champ.
Yes.
And all I gotta say is, Lainey's gonna take somebody's spot in that group.
Dun,
money's
dun, dun.
You know, I
Sorry.
mean, she might replace Jasmine Nix, or maybe she becomes the fourth member. Maybe it's a shock or whatever. But I mean, look, she's been saying some real factual things. Look, I don't know nothing about what's her name?
Lainey Reed.
Yes, Miss Reed. I don't know a whole heck of a lot about her. I know JC beat her. I always keep a trail of people that JC have defeated and dominated. But this young lady she's seen the light. She sat here and said, like, hey, you know, at least you defend your both your championships. Unlike Soruka, I did like Soruka, but then she made me mad when she started talking and saying something about, oh, and just enjoy this title because you know you're gonna lose it. Meanwhile, the speed title, what has that title been doing? I don't think that title has any kind of it has no speed, it has no endurance, nothing. What are we talking about here, Soruka? I felt that it was very rude on what she said to the great JC. Think about this. I want the chat to sit here and think about this. Think about all the NXT Women's Champions we've ever had. Have they held both this and the Knockout Champion? I don't think Asuka did that. I mean, Asuka.
She was the first one to do it. Jason was the first one to do it. They said that the night of Slammiversary. They said that.
Thank you for stepping all over my toes. Yes, absolutely. You are 100%. No,
excited.
you are right though, Mad Dog.
Yeah,
Mad Dog
excited.
is correct. Mad Dog is speaking. Mad Dog is barking facts right about now, and I love that. You need to have a segment called "Barking Facts" with Mad Dog, the dog of madness. That's what I'm talking about. One Mad
Think
Dog
about it.
Kelly, love
Wait,
that.
wait. The segment for Matt could be called Barking News with Mad Dog Kelly.
Okay. All right.
God damn it, Sabrina Estella, why are you always taking the thunder from me? That was good. That was damn good.
We can change my intro.
Sabrina Estella that was damn good. This is what I can't win funniest host. So I can to create the creative juices that's flowing through that brain right there is fantastic because damn it, that was good. I mean, you know, George is saying Asuka is better than JC. I mean, Asuka did something, but like I don't remember it. So like, please. I think
100 days without losing until going to the main roster to Charlotte Flair for no reason whatsoever.
Well, I purposely forget that, Sabrina Estella. So how dare you remind me of that?
Actually, the WWE actually has wiped that run from history due to the fact that Priscilla Kelly, aka Gigi Dolan, is no longer in the company, and Mandy Rose was also in the company at the time, and they also wiped the history of her. So that whole run, Wrestling Doll does not count. That whole main roster run does not count.
Run doesn't
as much
count.
as I wish it did.
Wait, hold on, wait. I IBS the crowd.
Wait.
What are you talking? Yeah, wait.
Asuka's dominant run in NXT before Mandy Rose, before Gigi.
Yeah, you
Dolan,
can't even take that away.
How does that not count anymore?
I was talking about the whole when JC and Gigi got called up to
No,
Smack.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about Asuka. No, Asuka's phenomenal.
I mean, Asuka, she did some things in NXT and it was fantastic. She is phenomenal. She's great. She's a Hall of Famer.
To go grab right now, so.
But what we got here going here, Sabrina Estella?
So we did have Soul and Zara roll up and tells her to do as much social media as she can before she loses her title Sunday. And Lainey lands a cheap shot about JC defending both her title, and Soul considers her WWE Speed Championship for a moment and says she feels a need for speed. And I'm thinking to myself, so I love you with all my heart, but you literally have a title that you cannot defend on TV because they will not allow that and will only allow you to defend it for 5 minutes at a time on Twitter. And now there's a possibility that the whole thing is being stopped altogether. So you kind of retiring with that title. Both you and whoever currently has the male one, because I don't even remember.
At least JC's title has more impact. Get it? More impact because of the Impact TNA Knockout Champion.
No. I'm having a personal meeting with both my co-hosts here. I was trying to run funny as host here, but you guys with these very good puns are just dominating me here. And it's like, how can I compete with such thing? Because that was damn good. Good job.
If one of us wins, then we take the title home to the NXT show.
And I love that because the executive consultant winning. I don't think anyone's ever laughed. The only time I've ever laughed is when he forgot to rub the Bengay and his elbow a little bit more. But I digress.
Anyway, we have Javon Evans being interviewed, and he says to get to Obafemi, he has to go through Trick Williams, and Trick is split in too many directions, where all Javon wants is to be NXT champion.
It was fine.
And then we have, did you want to say something about that real quickly?
No. I was saying that's fine.
Taker did say go after the biggest dog in the yard.
What? Yeah.
That's true. He said it. Texas. We did a show.
It was in Texas. But what we got here next?
So, anyways, we have the 6-woman tag match with Fatal Influence versus the Elegance Brand with Ash, Heather, and M by Elegance. With Masha Slamovich being our special guest referee. Now, I know some people are thinking, oh no, Masha being in the match, that's not going to be fair at all because she's going to go up against JC and Ash by Elegance for the Knockouts title. Listen, Masha might not like JC for having a TNA title in NXT, but she doesn't like Ash even more. So this actually worked out in her favor. And to start, we had M, aka Maggie Lee, and Fallon Henley start off the match. Collar, elbows, blows here and there. M is strutting for the crowd. Fallon comes through and hits with them forearms. And then they keep going back and forth. Some quick tags here and there. And it kind of seems like the Elegance Brand might get the better of them. But Team Fatal Influence does fight back, and as the match goes on with the personal concierge doing his best to run interference, he gets himself kicked out by Masha. And as they keep going back and forth, and as it keeps going, Masha at some point gets distracted at the ropes, which isn't good. And on Ash by Elegance, the Rolling Rockstar elbow, the rock and rolling elbow from JC Jane pins her for that 1-2-3.
You know, honestly, Maddog, do you mind if I take the floor here real quick?
Yeah, your birthday. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I feel like calling out of work tomorrow, but I can't do that. But I do want to sit here and say I really think that the match was good. I thought the effort was there. I felt like it's definitely started to cook up like that second towards the end. It really was starting to cook here. But of course, JC was going to win. I'm not surprised at I mean, it's everyone else in the chat that's surprised, but I'm not. I mean, all she does is win. I don't think she's lost all year, to be honest with you. And so seeing her and she smashes, Ass by Elegance. I enjoyed this. So good job, JC. I'm glad that Slamovich was on and she was not trying to be biased and whatnot, because I get it. Look, I would be a hater too if I across the ring was JC. I would be a hater too. But I'm glad that she called it down the middle. As by Elegance has lost. And I'm not surprised by this. So good job, JC Jane. MD, I don't know. MD, I think you're new to NXT because I don't know if she's ever really lost. I don't know what you're talking about. I think MD is just trying to say things to set people up and get me upset, but I can't be set up upset. You know why? Because I have a kazoo in my hand and a cowbell on this out, and I will use this cowbell. But I'm gonna give the floor to you, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, I know that George is a hater. I know George. He probably broke out in hives seeing JC win, and I'm pretty sure he's been breaking out of hive all year because JC has never lost. Poor George. I hope that your medical bill could be covered on the hives that you have here, because JC is just, and look, said is saying that JC is supposed to go over against the women. See, I like this said guy. This said guy, I if I had a Big Mac, I would eat it in front of you because I don't share my Big Mac. But I would let you know that you're right in my book. Mad Dog, take the floor.
Yeah, listen, I mentioned a little bit earlier that JC and Gigi, right, went to the main roster. And this is the deal. They did for like 2 minutes and went back down to NXT. It was realized that NXT needs JC Jane. That's why JC must retain on Sunday and probably will end up retaining her TNA Impact Knockout Women's World Championship as well, because she is a fantastic talent. I've been saying this for many, many years, even when she was in the Indies here in New Jersey, by the way. But besides that, though, I'm surprised the match was called fairly. I did not know that Ash by Elegance, once again, you guys told me last week, was actually Dana Brooke. I guess she's relevant again in TNA. I don't watch TNA all that much, but I guess I should, because apparently she's a thing over there, and apparently she's fighting JC Jane. I guess, I don't know when are they doing this, next week? Heatwave, I don't know when they're doing this, but they're doing this match between them. So yeah, I think JC stays strong no matter what. But Fatal Influence is breaking up though, and I would like that, that new girl, that cowgirl, whatever it is, Rodeo girl. Yeah, her to replace Jasmine possibly.
Matt, may I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
May I ask you a question, Matt?
Of course, anything.
How long have you watched WWE wrestling? Like, around what time did you start?
I've been watching probably since I was a little kid. Mom, on the air! You warn you. Sorry about that. Mom walked in. My bad, everybody. Anyway.
That's fine. Hi, Mom. That's fine. Hi, Mom.
Anyway, like I said, Mom, on the air. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, I've been watching it since I was a little kid. I actually, fun fact, everybody, I thought Undertaker and Kane were real brothers back when I was a kid, when I was about like 5.
A lot of people.
That's fine.
So I thought they were real brothers back at the time. They are not, by the way. I've learned that now the hard way. And I cried for like 2 days when my dad had to sit me down. They are not real brothers. I cried. Anyway, okay. Yeah. So I've been watching since I've been 6 years old.
So when she used to be in WWE, Ash by Elegance, did you completely forget that she used to be Dana Brooke there, or did that just
magically? They did nothing with her. They did a 24 title run with her. That's all I remember.
I mean, before that, she was Charlotte and she had some stuff going on with Titus O'Neil.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was worldwide. Something, I forget what the thing was called, but I do remember that. I vaguely remember that actually. I remember Dana Brooke. You know what's funny? Cheap plug here. We did a review on NXT Brooklyn, the very first one, and we're reading the card for like some of the matches for these were matches that was taped for the following NXT, so it wasn't Brooklyn, but it was just following. Anyway, I forgot about Dana Brooke being in this Fatal 4-Way. It was her, Emma, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. and I was like, oh, I didn't like. She's been really around for a while. I remember her being with Emma. I remember that pairing, but I just forgot that she was in that Fatal 4-Way. That's what I was trying to get at. So,
and like I said in the beginning, well, not necessarily the beginning, but when they brought her back and when they brought Emma back, I was like, oh, maybe they could have brought those two back together, be a tag team, and then try to go for some gold. They never did.
Right. Well, I've always felt like it was a
thing.
I will sit here and say this. I always felt like it was a shame that stuff didn't work with Emma because I just felt like she's such a great talent.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was that didn't work, but I know I enjoyed her work. And when
everything
I think about
that they tried to do with her after that, when they brought her back.
You know, a lot of times when we think about the revolution.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, that's the tequila starting to kick in, guys. But like when I think about that, a lot of times people think about, you know, the 4 Horsewomen, but it kind of started a little bit earlier. The year prior, Paige. It was with Paige and Emma. If you look at that match, I mean, that was like when I see that match. It's been a while since I watched a match, but if you watch that match back, you're like, man, this is what women's wrestling can totally be, especially when you think about how women's wrestling at that time, they didn't get a lot of time, but they gave these women a lot of time. It's a match I would recommend. I forget which takeover it was. I think it was Revolution, but I would recommend that as a match to check back if anyone ever had time to watch that back. But we're talking about NXT here, but I felt that was NXT. That was part of NXT history. But what else do we got going on for tonight's NXT? And we see you guys in the chat. We're gonna highlight some of these chats. But what do we got next, Sabrina?
It was part of some NX history. But anyways, speaking of women's wrestling, we had Charlie Dempsey backstage with Kendall Gray and offering her some advice on how to handle herself in a wrestling ring. Ren Sinclair rolls up and asks, how is he going to give any advice to somebody who was 64-0 in college wrestling? And then the No Quarter Catch crew coming in to snipe about how the No Quarter Catch crew are down to 2. And then they go back and forth here and there. And then before we know it, we get Ren Sinclair stuck in a handicap match against half of the Culling. We already know what that half is going to be.
Yeah.
Ren, I love you, but why? You're a why?
Poor Ren.
I don't want her to get fed to Tatum and to Izzy.
I mean,
because
unless
that's all they're doing. I mean, God, she's so talented. That's all they're doing with her. Is just feeding her.
Yes, they're feeding her to people to make her be enhancement talent because they don't know what to do with her.
That's crazy. They should just release her cross.
So let me ask you guys in the chat, and I'll ask you guys too. So it's supposed to be a handicap match. Supposed to be is Izzy and Tatum against Ren, right? Do you think we get do you think we get a like someone comes out to help her? Someone comes and help her?
I would like that.
Mom, I'm live. Can you close your door?
Take it easy on Mom, my guy. Mom's cool.
Trying to get
so anyways, we get Chelsea Green with her Secret Harvest and All Ego Ethan Page making their entrance. They say that Ethan Page says he knows how these Philadelphia freaks work and that he has the table removed from the ring immediately, which smart on his part because everybody knows how them contract signings and everything never go smoothly. And Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele make their entrance next. And Ethan tells Tavion that he's been doing a great job becoming a real solo star, watched him fight his way out of the NQCC, become a weapon in human form, and his issue is the way he looks at him. He says he doesn't see a 19-year-old veteran or a world-class athlete. He just sees an opportunity. Ethan says, unlike in the Olympics, in pro wrestling, we don't celebrate losers, and second and third place is going home empty-handed, and he's the one holding the gold. Tavion says he's used to standing across seasoned vets like Ego and sends them flying. And I think you're foolishly underestimating me. He's honed his craft, done the work, blessed by the athletic gods of Mount Olympus, made in their image. and he's gonna eat what's on Ethan's plate and his plate.
Oh, so American. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Chelsea calls him rude and says that all Americans are rude. They're just here to represent their country of majestic mountains and fresh, clean air. And now that she thinks about it, they have the superior nation and the superior athletes. And Steele says she's tired of Chelsea's biovating, which is a college word that means she's talking too much. And we're in Philly where people speak their minds, and she needs Chelsea to shut her mouth.
That's not true.
Chelsea calls her a so-called gold medalist, and Tyra runs down her credentials for having won the gold in Tokyo. And Chelsea offers up her Women's United States Championship reign, inaugural Women's United States Champion reign, as a backhanded little thing to her. And Tyra tells her, take a good hard look at this gold medal and realize that I can take you down any place, anytime, and ask your secret Hervis if you don't believe me. And Chelsea tries to calm her down.
This was good.
Tavion calls her out on changing her attitude. That's not happening in Philly. They're all getting up and fighting. Ethan says Tavion just wants to flex his muscle memory and is embarrassing the country. And Ava says this is the getting peace as she comes in. So in Heatwave, all of you are going to compete in a mixed match.
Woo!
And
match over.
Tavion and Tyra go for some ankle locks, but the secret Hervis save Chelsea and Ethan.
You know, us Canadians, we're always just ahead of the game.
You're Canadian? I didn't know that. Wow,
I said it last week. Did you not listen to me? I am Canadian. Wow. I am very Canadian.
I must have.
Why'd you say it like that? Do you have something against us Canadians?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I love Canadian.
Well, I mean, you can't say that I have anything against it, considering my birthday present.
And they have great syrup, by the way.
I know you are part of the Canadian family. I just want you to know you are part of that. So and you kind of can be there. You could be bad guy. What was that? There's a Team USA going. I mean, you know, I guess, but
there's actually different types of Canadian bacon.
MD, hold on, no, MD. You just like to start with people. Point to the. I don't have a map behind me. I don't have to do that. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry that you don't believe me, MD. MD. He goes for the jugular. Like he wants to attack people. This guy has become. So if George is the
Can you point to Canada on the map?
I can literally do that blindfolded if I want to, but I don't want to.
Point to your hometown in Canada.
Yes. Well, I'm not from that. I'm from where Brett is from. That's where I'm from. That's all I got. I don't have to explain nothing to anybody. You just have to believe me.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, I need you to be on my side. Put your paw on my side.
I want to know where you're from, so I'm going to Google where is Bret Hart from. I can just Google that.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm from. I'm from that particular area. That's where I was born. What else do we have here? Canadian misses a strong drink. Okay, that was random. What else do we got here, Sabrina?
We have Miles Bourne chatting with Ricky Starks backstage. When
the segment was hilarious. I'm sorry.
Pulls his slimy snake ass into the room.
Yeah.
Don't care. He asks Miles if he can talk to him for 5 minutes, and he says he came to apologize and he admits that he was wrong, that he was insensitive to Miles' condition and mad at himself and deflected it back to him. And turns out that he thinks that Miles is deaf and blind now. Miles says, I'm deaf. I'm not blind. And then this
was so fucking like I don't even know how to explain it, but this was hilarious. I fell out immediately seeing this. He said, "Now you're blind." That was so stupid. Like I was like, "What is going on?" And then you have stupid. I'm sorry, that's stupid because I don't think Vic Joseph is stupid. I just don't like that he has two first names. That always pisses me off. Like that irritates me. And he tries to sit here and try to read the gospel. I don't know. When I saw Lexus King do this, I said, you know, my bad, bro. I think I really did not appreciate what kind of person you are. Because I love that so much. I love that he sat here and was just like, now you're blind. I don't even know what he had in his hand. Was that
Probably pepper spray or something.
Okay, I thought that was great, but I love that the security guard. Wrestling is so funny to me. Like they wait till something happens, and then eventually be like, no, stop that. Let's not do. Like meanwhile, the action's already been done. It's like, please, what are we? What are we doing?
Paid enough to do their job immediately and wait till later.
Oh man, Miles Bourne. This MD guy, you're pretty much a heel. This guy said he earned that. I see people saying the same.
Earned none of that. The only one who would have earned some pepper spray in their face is Lexus.
That wasn't a fake. That wasn't a fake.
More entertaining than him in wrestling.
What else we got? I'm sorry. I did think that segment. That segment was it was cheesy, but I thought it was funny as hell.
What Lexus King is boring. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, in-ring stuff. The in-ring stuff. The in-ring stuff don't do it for me.
The character's great, but the he in his matches are boring.
Yeah, I don't have a particular Lexus King match, and I could go and say, honestly, I'll say this. No. One of the better matches that I ever saw him in, he had that match with Moose. I think it was like a week or two before he had that match with Ober, and that was actually one of the better matches that I saw with Lexus King. I'm not sitting there saying 5,000 to take you down, but I was like, oh, like this guy is he had his working shoes on, so I thought that was one of his better matches. So George wasn't a fan of it. He says this segment was trash. I mean, it was cheesy. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like
it's supposed to be cheesy. It's a segment with Lexus King. If we could change his name to Lexus Cheese, we would for how cheesy he is.
Yeah,
I love cheese. Can I sit here and say pepper jack cheese? That's a winner. But go ahead.
I like sharp cheddar. But that's just me.
I like that. Good for you. I like Canadian cheese.
Oh, by the way, I found out where Bret Hart's from. It's called Calgary or Calgary.
Yes, I just couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I'm from that area. I'm from that particular area. That is where I was born, and I'm going to sit here. Huh?
Can you say Calgary then? I think.
I mean, I could do anything I want. If I wanted to, I could climb the Empire State Building, but I just choose not to.
You're not going to say it on air for us.
No, I don't have to do any of that. Mad Dog. Mad Dog. Okay, you're not being Bad Dog. I wish I had a newspaper, but carry on. I'm going to hold it down.
I'm good.
Anyways, and apparently, according to MDB, Canadian cheese is just poutine. Poutine is French fries with cheese curds and gravy. Number one. Anyways, we had
I knew that MD. He Googled that. I knew that. I knew that. I was testing him, and you know what? He kind of passed. So there's nothing I can say about that. But carry on.
Kehlani Jordan and Lola are chatting backstage about their friendly rivalry. When Lash Legend comes in, jabs at Lola about losing at Triple Mania and says Jada Parker doesn't belong in the match and neither of them could go toe-to-toe with Nia. And Kehlani gets in her face and says, you lost to Nia, and says, it's more like you went ass to ribs. But Lash just says that she's the biggest threat for the women's NXT, for the NXT Women's Championship, which I think there are bigger threats than Lash for that title, but that's just me. Just because you call yourself a bully doesn't mean that you are the biggest threat. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
well, she's definitely not in the picture. I mean, we have that triple threat. It was her. What was it? Lola and Kehlani and Jada. So yeah. Well, I don't know where Jada was. George is asking where's Jada. I'm not sure.
Jada was probably minding her own business because she doesn't always need to insert herself in business.
But that's what she's good at, though, and you know that.
She doesn't do it all the time. That's the thing.
It makes Jada Jada. I love
her name is said. It's not like you're gonna say her name and she's just gonna appear out of nowhere.
Joe Henry did that to him later.
That was a good segue. That was a good segue. That was a good segue.
About that. He's my boy.
But anyways, we have Darkstay who ran into Ava. And they go on about how they won last week. And she said that she was very impressed and that they're going to handle Hank and Tank at Heatwave. And that they say that they're going to handle Hank and Tank at Heatwave. Nobody cares about Joe Hendry. They care about Darkstay. And he appeared out of a tiny closet. And he says he's excited to see their tag match and asks which of the two it's going to be. But they say this is his first and only warning to get behind them or they'll leave him behind. And the rest of them leaves. And Cutler gets real close and says, Joe doesn't want them behind him. And one of them pulls Cutler away and asks him why he's always got to say it like that.
That's really become his something about pounding ass or something like that. I forgot what it was.
He said, you know what he sounds like? He sounds like the angry little white boy that always acts bad. Like those high school TV shows where the white kid that tries to be bad, like his idea of being bad is like going to like convenience stores and stealing like a $1 pack of gum at the time and like going to juvie and saying like, oh, I went to jail. Like those fake, like those white boys.
Oh, like he's like that tough thug that pretend to be tough thug.
Yeah, that's what he reminds me of.
His whole gimmick now, because it's starting to notice like the first time he did it, you sit there and go like, man, he said this weird line, but whatever, you ignore it. Like he said it, he thought in his head it was going to come off like this, but it came out another way. But then like the next following weeks he's been saying, because even with this, I was like, when he stood up and got in Joe Henry's face, I said, oh, here we go. And that's when he said the whole thing, like, you don't want us behind you. And I forget which one of the members pulled him to this thing. He said, I just thought that was so funny because it's almost like they know they're on to something and they're just like, yo, let's just keep this going. I think they ran. It almost feels like they ran into an accident. Like this guy said something one time, and it got this kind of reaction, and now he has to keep this going.
I mean,
whatever.
Has anybody watched America's Most Wanted?
American Most Wanted. I did. That was on Fox. So you talk about Malibu. Oh, Malibu. Oh, no, I've seen clips. I've never watched
White boy that tries to be black, so to speak.
It's funny because Jeffrey he put that in here. Let me highlight this. I know we don't get to always highlight the comments, but he said he's a Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy was in that movie.
I met him actually.
Oh, really?
A couple years ago, Jim Kennedy. Yeah, I met him because he played Randy in the Scream movies.
Oh, he was in the Scream movies? Oh, okay. No, I was never big on. George says that George, we're gonna get to the main event. I'm sorry. You know, we gotta make sure we speed it up for George.
Everything. We gotta show love for everybody, not just the matches, because then that gets boring.
That's what we do.
I agree. This Joe Henry segment was the best thing of the night, by the way. Just letting everybody know. You say his name.
What are you? What are you? What? Wait a minute. I'm about to have a brain. What? What are you talking about here? Maddog.
I guess you don't believe in Joe Hendry. You do not believe in Joe Hendry. I guess
I'm close to flipping something over. I'm so close. Like I'm about so close to doing it. But what do we have here next? Sabrina Estella, where we at here? Because I know our guy here, he has some news, but I want to know where we at here when it comes to this review.
Well, the only thing we already had flipping so far was your camera by Mr. Cat accidentally.
How dare you bring that up?
Wow.
How dare you?
We were gonna go there.
And now he's sleep. Now he's sleep. He's caused destructions. You guys have no idea how I have it. I'll be asleep.
Somebody was gonna bring it up.
And I'll wake up and I have his whole ass in my face. I don't know why that's my life now, but yes, Mr. Cat, flip something over. Okay, but you don't have to put your ass in my face. I liked Betty White. She was great. I'm gonna give a shout out to Betty White. She's fantastic. But go ahead. What we got going? I loved Betty White. Betty White's fantastic.
We had
eventually, Jeffrey. Eventually, I just want to say I see you. Eventually, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
We had Javon Evans versus Trick Williams, the NXT Championship #1 contenders match to end the night. And all I'm going to say is these two went at it. Like they wanted to kill each other, and if it was going to be their last match, that's what it felt like for me. I mean, what can we say? Javon got all bouncy like he normally do, and Trick tried to beat down the bounciness out of him. And we had Obafemi, who was watching from the balcony. That gives a little bit more pressure to these two. And as the match is going, like, Javon gets stiffened here and there. Trick gets stiffened here and there a bit, I guess. And they just keep going back and forth. And Mike Santana appears in the crowd and distracts Trick Williams.
Loved it. I love this.
And with this
That was a surprise.
ace pressure on from Javon, he becomes the #1 contender for the NXT champion.
I love this one.
We will get that match with Trick and Oba at some point. It just will not be at Heatwave.
No, because Santana and Trick are the feud right now. If you're watching TNA like me, no, nothing.
I was waiting for you. I thought you was finishing your thought.
No, I said that the feud is Trick and Santana right now at TNA. If you guys watch, I guess you guys don't watch TNA.
I don't. I mean, although it's on Access TV, I have no access to it. I would like to actually watch TNA, and I hope that they do get some kind of TV deal where it's on a station that is available. And
I've heard
can watch
CW in the past. I've heard they're in talks with CW. So.
That would be cool. I mean, I've heard the stuff about. I know you're going to talk about news, so I don't want to step on any toes here. But
I don't think I have it this week. I think I had it last week, but yeah.
Okay. Just some thoughts about this match. The only thing I did not like was the ending. The ending just felt so rushed. He hit him with a cutter, and then he hit him with another cutter, and then I guess they were just pushing for time, and they were like, "Oh, we have to wrap this up." So I didn't like that personally, but I did like the aggression in the match. I mean, Trick Williams was a little bit more aggressive. You have a little bit of color with Javon Evans, and he's eating it. And I think him and Oba is gonna have a fun match. And I know we're gonna do predictions, but before we do, before we get the chance to do predictions, we're gonna give you the floor here to talk about some news, and then we're gonna do predictions. I want to say, hey guys, thank you. It's pretty late here. We went an hour and some change, but you guys are here, and we thank you for that. But we're gonna get some news, and then we're gonna do predictions. So, Maddog, are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I just want to say about the main event, the worst part about the whole main event was the goddamn commentary. What the hell? Corey Graves was just going on and on and on about Trick Williams being so fantastic. And then Vic Joseph was like, Javon Evans is digging down into his soul. And then you just had Booker just shouting, just Trick Williams this and Trick Williams that. The commentary was just all over the place in that match. Man, I don't know why they switched Graves over to NXT, but yeah, it's just he's not doing it for me, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing. I don't know. I didn't care for that, but the match was solid though. Overall, match was great.
All right. So you ready to talk about some news, my guy?
Yeah, let's do it. Right. Or just
all right.
If you want, I guess I'll just talk. I don't know.
I got you. Hold on. There's a whole thing that was made for you because you have your MDB 8999. Well, eventually we'll change it, but you're the hardest working guy here. You have an intro. You deserve this intro. So get ready to talk some news, Mad Dog.
Hey guys, what's up?
Like I said, we really got to change that time because I'm on the show full time now. And I used to say that. That used to be just my thing, my little catchphrase there. I got that from believe it or not, Chris Jericho, of all people. And somebody asked me in the chat about that, and I am going to get to him in a minute here. But first things first, Naomi. I said last week something's going on with Naomi. I said this. Something's going on. She's officially pregnant. It's officially official. She's becoming a mom, as Big Jim Uso is becoming a father. So congrats to the two of them. She relinquished the title last night. Actually, BadGuy, you guys talked about this on the Radar View show. Please go check that out from last night, where these guys talked about Naomi and how she relinquished the title. And I believe she broke the news on Stephanie McMahon's podcast of all places. So yeah, good for them. I know for a while because I actually listened to the podcast today in the car. I had like so many doctors. In the car, actually, I listened to the audio of it, and they were trying for a while. So I'm glad they were able to. She was finally able to get pregnant, and wish her the best in mother. I think she's gonna be a great mom. And then she's gonna come back and kick ass in WWE, just like Becky Lynch is doing right now. Because Becky went to go become the mom, and now she's back to being the man on WWE Raw. So, and she has nerve to call out Naomi too. I can get a whole rant about Becky and Naomi calling each other out on social media. I think that's wrong, but whatever. Anyway, so this next one here, I'm not too happy about this because I might have to pay $30 next month. Oh, hi, Mr. Cat. Good to see you. I'm glad you could join me for my segment. Anyway, according to PW Insider, there's been talks about ESPN doing a WrestlePalooza a PLE, which means we all might have to pay $30 to watch this PLE in September if they do this. But WWE wants to kind of test run ESPN before they get the big one, which is next April, by the way, at WrestleMania 42. So we'll see where that goes. There was a rumor today that Brock and Cena were fighting, but now apparently that might be scrapped. Apparently there's some stuff going on with Brock Lesnar in litigation right now, so they might not run that now, actually. So we'll see where that goes. That's very, very interesting. This next one, I'm gonna make a bit of a joke. It's gonna be terrible, but I'm becoming back to the WWE. My boy Chris Jericho might be in talks to come back to the WWE. His contract ends at the end of the year with AEW. Guy hasn't been seen all year. I've been begging the AEW crew to, ask him what Tony Khan to, see where's Chris Jericho. Jericho's going back, man. I can't wait to see him enter the Royal Rumble, go on this Hall of Fame run, and then maybe become some sort of commentator, maybe replace Corey Graves because he's terrible in NXT. Do something. Just do something because I'm so excited. Jericho might come back, but if the reports are true, Jericho might come back for the Rumble and Hall of Fame run, and then commentary, hopefully, or management, whatever. This next story was for our birthday week boy, BadGuy Jack here. I have a story about JC Jane. So JC Jane was on a podcast, and she said she wasn't going to win the NXT Women's title until last minute. She was originally told the match would end in a disqualification. So this is very interesting, by the way. I found the story interesting because one, it involved Jessie Jane, and they said they put the belt on her last minute decision, probably because she's fantastic, and they know she's fantastic, and they needed a great champion. Hi, Mr. Cat. Good to see you again. He's just walking all around us. I'm trying to get through this. Danhausen might be leaving AEW. He said, but then the AEW actually just, I think yesterday or today, just extended his contract. So he is staying with AEW, but he was about to leave. And I know WWE was interested. Apparently, they wanted this whole R-Truth and Danhausen thing. I don't know where this got on social media, but this was trending on social media the other day, Truth and Danhausen. I don't know, but AEW re-signed him. And this next one, this one's exciting because this was happening in Jersey. Karrion Kross got released I think about a week ago now. And his first wrestling match on the Indies will be right here in New Jersey. Tickets on sale now. I might go to this. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be Karrion Kross. I think Scarlett's also going to wrestle on the show. They didn't announce the card yet, but this is really exciting that Kross is wrestling. It's going to be Saturday, September 21st. I know Kross wanted to stay with WWE, but apparently they couldn't work out a deal. I heard a rumor, something about maybe Scarlett, they wanted to keep her. He wanted to keep her, but they didn't want her. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff here. And then the last thing I have here is Taz said he won't be on any AEW tapings this week or be at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view because he's got some medical stuff he needs to take care of, and hopefully he recovers there and gets himself better so he can show up on AEW TV more, because I like Taz. I think he was a general manager at one point too, ECW, something like that, by the way. So you can count that as well. He was general manager or something. I know that he was.
Yeah, the general manager of Suplex City, but like he was never the general manager of
Maybe.
No.
Like I said, I don't remember, but I thought he was GM or something.
No.
Maybe it was
No, he wasn't. He was Paul Heyman was a general manager. Taz was a commentator. He was never a GM. He was never in that position.
Okay. There was someone else who was maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember, but someone else was a GM. Forget who it was, but if I think about it, I will let you guys know. Was it Paige? It might have been Paige. I don't know.
She was a GM. She was a
GM. Okay. All right. So yeah.
That's the one Sabrina was saying earlier when she was saying she would pick her as I don't know. You said favorite, but you would pick her as your GM. I forget how you worded earlier.
AJ Lee was good too. Don't forget her.
I do. It was a short run, but I do remember that run.
It was. That she might be coming back too for the Rumble. I hope. I really hope they bring her back.
I mean,
I'm AJ. I'm all for it. Punk, Seth, Becky, AJ. I'm all for that, man. All for it. But that's all I got.
Jeffrey was pointing out you might have met Kurt Angle because he was a SmackDown GM,
That's
you met Kurt. Oh, because like when you said in Raw GM, I was confused, but I was like, right, Kurt Angle was the Raw GM manager. I did forget about that for a minute, so that's fine. But with that said, folks, why don't we get into these predictions? Mad Dog, I mean, you did a great job with talking about the news, and shout out to you for doing all of that. So why don't you you want to lead the prediction part of this show?
Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in this Thursday to our prediction show for Forbidden Door. I just want to do that real quick. I want to plug ourselves because I have to. Tune in for that. By the way, me and Vince gonna do Forbidden Door. But right now we're doing Heatwave, and I got the pictures. So let me bring them up for y'all. This match, what do you guys think? It's gonna happen. Who's gonna win? What do you guys think?
Wrestling Doll, you want to take the floor first, darling?
As much as the dark states bore the ever-living hell out of me, with now Cutler James trying to act like a tough little white boy in a group full of black guys, even though he's not. Down there. I feel like with how much they put them over, they're going to be the ones to take the belts off of Hanging Tank, and I'm so sad at that.
Yeah, I think Dark State is going to I'm sorry here, guys. I was just looking for something, but I think Dark State is...
I will not be sad.
I don't think Hanging Tank retains. I think Dark State is going to be taking the titles. I think they want to put I think they want to no, it's not a 4-on-2. It's a 2-on-2. They just don't know which two of Dark State is going to be going for it. But it seemed like they want to put some steam in Dark State. The only loss that, to my knowledge, with Dark State was that match that they had at TNA Slammiversary when it was against I can't think of this team's name with Eddie Edwards and Moose wasn't in it. Yeah, thank you. Yes, the system. That was the only time that they've lost, and unless there's some other loss that I can't think of on top of my, they've been well protected. So I gotta go with Dark State.
I agree with both of you guys. Dark State's definitely going to win this match for sure. The question really is, it's not about who's going to wrestle for Dark State. That's it might be the reason why I actually end up watching Heatwave on Sunday. The next match I have here is this one. I'll bring it up here. What do you guys think about this? This is very interesting.
Ooh, right here, you got Jada, Kalani, and Lola.
Yes.
I think they're gonna go with Jada. I think they're gonna go in that direction. So I'm gonna say Jada.
As much as I love my fellow Cuban sister, and I do love how nobody can move like Lonnie, I feel like it's Miss Parker's time finally. And I know that Big Daddy Cool Steven will not be happy with me for going against our fellow Latinos. And I know that some people in the chat will not be happy for going against one black girl, but I know Dice will be to the moon of me picking Jada, Miss Parker, if you're nasty.
Yeah, I agree with both of you on this one. Again, I think Jada Parker gets the win here.
I mean, the people have been behind Jada for a while. She hasn't even, she's never changed character as far as like being the face or being a heel. She's basically like a tweener, even though she's technically not labeled a tweener. So, I mean,
I love her. I think she's fantastic, by the way. The next match we got, oh man, I'm excited for this.
I think maybe you're not to wear pants, so.
So I'm gonna say it by the official name, by the way, Blake Monroe versus Jordynne Grace. What do you guys thinking? This is gonna be a great match. At least I hope it's a great match. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I think Blake Monroe takes the dub here.
Okay.
I think that so my guess here is I feel like this is almost like Jordynne Grace's swan song. And you know, she's gonna put over Blake Monroe and eventually be called up to the main roster. I mean, there was a period of time, I want to say like a month or two ago, where they were saying she's gonna be called up, and she never was. And I think they still want to do that. And especially now with you have someone like Naomi, and she's gonna be taking some time out. And I honestly forgot about this. Like Liv Morgan is out, and this is something I would love to throw to you guys in the chat.
Now, by the way.
I would love to throw this out to the chat and you guys as well. Like with these two, and they're two big names in the women division. Like, what women would you call up from the main? I mean, not main. I'm sorry, from NXT to be called up. It could be more than two, but like I think Jordynne Grace is one of them, and Last Legend could be another one. And I think if it was another one, I think Kalani could be a third one. And I can't tell you which brand. If you're calling Kalani, she would have to be on SmackDown because her fiance is on SmackDown. And I guess we'll figure out with both Flash and whatever. But those are like three women I could think about being called up to the main roster at the moment. But I'm sorry, what match did we just talked about here? I got Blake. I'm sorry, I got Blake. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say please.
Now, first of all, to George, I still will not be partaking in that bet you want me to take, that if Mariah May Monroe wins, I must call her by her new name, and if Jordan wins, then I do not. So I'm not partaking in that bet with you. Now, I think Jordan could get over everything that happened and beat her. Matt, you already have one. That's all you're going to get.
I know. We need to clip that. I don't know. I need to be
You still haven't clipped that?
I don't know how to do it. What do you see? I need somebody to teach me how to do it.
Maddog, you called me your mentor and you don't approach me. I feel very offended.
I didn't know you knew how to do that. If you did,
I know. He's made clips for me. I've asked him to because I don't know how.
Okay,
Maddog, how dare you, Maddog? Do you understand? You're talking about the inventor of coloring outside the lines. Trust me. Trust the process. I can do things.
All right. We gotta talk afterwards.
Oh look! Well, Jeffrey.
Listen, I do like Mariah May Monroe. Maybe Jordan gets a W. I'm saying maybe Jordan.
Okay.
However,
oh wow, okay.
I'm going to say this about George because he says Kalani is still green. Who else was green when they got brought into WWE and they gave her a championship title reign, albeit with somebody else?
You know what I just want to say George says Kalani is green. I don't think she's green. I just don't think she has that, like, she don't really have a character. But her in-ring stuff, because if you're talking about that, I feel like her in-ring stuff is really, really good. But character-wise, it's
green and been made champions.
I think that she would be fine on the main roster, but hopefully she can find a character and someone like Lash Legend, you know, because like I was listening to some stuff. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about like, you know, what woman should be called up, and one of the names that they mentioned was Jada Parker, and I think Jada Parker is ready for the main roster, but I think she would benefit by being more on an staying on NXT for a little bit longer. Because the in-ring stuff is good. The character work is good.
I can't back out of a bet if I didn't make the bet and agreed to it. I never did, so therefore.
George think he's so smart. I've been calling it out for the longest time. George, he pretends to be smart. All he did was fall on a bunch of keyboard and the letters, and he was lucky. Because, what are you talking about, George? How dare you attack my co-host? You know what, George is jealous of that hat. That's a fantastic hat. George don't even have cool hats. The only time he had a hat is when he went underneath his bed and he said, "Oh, look, I forgot about this." So, you're a hater, George. And it shows. And when we win Rivalry of the Year, I'm done with you. Because now I've put you over enough and you're never going to get the bad guy rub again. This is the last time I'm giving you the rub. I never rub people twice. And I know how that sounds, and I'm very sorry. So what's the next thing we got?
The next match we got. Oh, by the way, I'm also going with Blake Monroe. I think she's gonna win because she's Blake Monroe. Anyway, next match we got is this.
Oh, I gotta start this. I'm going first. No, I'm going first. Absolutely, I'm going first. You know who's winning this match? I know you guys. You know who's going?
It's a JC motherfucking James.
Taking that down now, but yeah.
That's right. JC Jane is going to win. I know, like George. You want to make bets, so let's do this. Let's do this bet right here, George. George. I know you can hear me, George. Can you hear me, George? George. So, hold on. When I win this bet, you have to acknowledge me as the greatest Grand Slam poobah. That's what I want. I can't give you anything if I lose because I never lose. I've never tasted the sense of defeat. I don't know what that tastes like. I don't know what that smells like. So when this happens, you have to acknowledge me. And I want that to happen. You have no choice but to acknowledge me. I want everyone to know that. I want my co-host and I want the chat to know that is what's going to happen. JC Jane is going to get this dub. Matter of fact, when JC wins, can I play one more clip here? This is what I'm going to play for George right here.
Bitch, where is our respect?
I am done talking at the moment. Sabrina Estella, please take the floor here because someone got to bring some sanity back here, and it's not going to be me. But Jason Jane is going to retain this championship, and it's going to be fantastic, and I'm going to be here laughing. Hold on. Let me give it to you guys. Go ahead, Sabrina Estella.
JC's winning.
Fair enough. I also am agreeing with you guys. How can you take the belt off of JC? There's just no.
Masha's already been champion. She doesn't need it. Ash by Elegance definitely do not need this belt.
Right. No. Yeah. So there's two more matches, guys. That I don't have pictures of the two matches they made tonight. One I think is you guys can help me out with the one match because it's a bunch of people, right? It's like.
It's Tavion Heights versus Chelsea Green and Ethan Page.
Right.
It's American versus Canadians. Just say it like that.
Okay. So I know where Bad Guy's going to go. Yes. I think hopefully the USA team wins because I'm pro USA. So I'm going to go with them on this, by the way. So that's where I'll go with this. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. I know where Bad Guy's going to go. I know what team. But
now, everybody knows in this channel, this product, because we have had episodes for top 5 women's crushes and top 5 men's crushes that unfortunately mysteriously disappeared and I can't find it.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mentioned Ethan Page in my list, and even though I believe I did put Chelsea on my list. So everybody knows I love them. However, Tavion Heights and Tyra May still, I feel like, are going to take the W. And with the way they're building Tyra May in comparison to the other winner of LFG, they're building Tyra like an actual powerhouse, even though she hasn't had that many wins on the main roster, because her first and only win on the main roster was a squash match to Ariana Grace.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe the true Olympian gold medalist will take the gold keep the ones they have around their necks, and take the symbolical gold that the Canadian team have in their heads that they're going to be the ones to win.
Yep.
And even if the Secret Herb is trying to interfere, Tyron May can take them both down because she already has.
That's true. That's true. What do you think, bad guy?
I would love to be, because I got to represent my country of Canada. But like, what's so funny? I'm sorry. Am I a joke? Am I Kevin Hart in the early 2010s? Like, why are you laughing at me? Because you don't believe that I'm Canadian. Next week, no. None of you guys believe that I'm Canadian. I'm going to show my proof of being Canadian next week. You guys wait and see.
Okay.
And when you guys see that, you're going to have to leave me alone because I am very Canadian. I went to Degrassi High. Did you ever go there? I went there. Did you go to Degrassi? Thank you.
I mean,
but
if it counts, I saw Arrow get filmed up there once. So, up in Canada.
Oh, that's actually pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
I don't have no follow-up on that. As much as I want to go with Team Canada, I do see Tavion and what is these? I'm sorry. Yes, I see them taking the W here.
Okay. The last match just happened actually as we went off the air of NXT. We do know it will be Obafemi versus. Oh God, Javon, right? Did I say it right? Javon Evans, right? Did I say his name? Yeah. I just want to make sure I say his name right. I said it wrong on this show in the past, so I apologize. But I got his name right now. What do you guys think?
Who is it? Javon Evans against Obafemi?
Yes.
Obafemi retains. He retains. They still want to. They still want to get to that story with him and Trick. So yeah, Oba retains. I think Javon looks really good in his performance and look like he can hang. And maybe it's not a fair comparison, but I'm going to do this comparison anyway. I kind of look at this being like how in 2002 when it was Jeff Hardy and Undertaker in that ladder match, and it's like Javon, he always comes close. He comes close, and then reality sets in and Oba retained. So that's my thought.
What do you think, wrestling doll? Will you Javon?
I said Oba's going to retain as much as I love Javon. Unfortunately, it's not his time. They're building up to Trick versus Oba.
Yep.
We have had a fair one-on-one match with them too, and it's only a matter of time before it happens.
What about you, Matt?
Right. So I do have to say, Obafemi is retaining the belt. There's just no way right now Javon Evans got. Now look, is Javon Evans a future world champion? Absolutely. I think he's going to get there eventually, but it's not going to be Obafemi. He's going to have to beat to get that belt. I think it's going to be somebody else. He's going to take the belt off of. Maybe Trick Williams. I think they finally let's say Trick does end up beating Oba. Let's say Oba drops it for some reason, main roster call, whatever it could be. Javon can beat Trick, which also leads into that story because Trick and Javon hate each other. So there's another story within the story, right? And that's how WWE and NXT book things. But yeah, I gotta say to end this whole thing is Obafemi's retaining. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get a title change. And I
saw
that.
In the chat I think George thinks Javon Evans is gonna win. I think Jeffrey had.
He says Oba.
Yeah.
He says Oba, but Jeffrey. I mean, I did want to highlight something George said. George said, "What happened if Javon does take the title?" Now, I would be surprised if that was the direction they went in. But I'm just looking at it like, they keep teasing. They've been teasing for months about Oba and Trick. Like they kind of separated where Trick did this other side mission and Oba continued to just dominate NXT. But it's going to come down to that because eventually Trick is going to drop that TNA championship. The next TNA pay-per-view, I want to say not Slammiversary, I'm so sorry, is Bound for Glory, I want to say.
Yeah.
And if he does make it to Bound for Glory, he's dropping it at Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
And it's already showing that the person he's going to drop it to is Mike Santana.
Yep.
So that's 100%. where I don't see it, but I would be surprised when just a comment on what George was saying.
Right. And that gives an opening to go back to NXT.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
To go finish the story with Obafemi to win the title, so he could, put Javon over and make Javon champ.
So I would throw out here this real quick, because we've gone long enough, and I don't want to make the show any longer. But if we do have a Trick versus Ober, does Trick revert back to being a babyface, or is he still a heel?
That's a good question. I don't know. You know what? I will get back to you on that next week. Give me a week to think about it, and I will get back to you.
That's fine. I mean, look, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this. It's going to be an after show production because Heatwave is this Sunday. It's the day after my birthday, and I might still show up and show my face here and talk. Oh, look, she's with it. If you guys are with it, I'm going to be here the day after my birthday. Now, I might have to wear glasses, because I'm going to be partying the day before. But if possible, I will be here. I'll be here with my NXT trio. I would love for you guys to be here. I want to thank you guys for being here on this Tuesday to talk about some NXT, the birthday celebration. This was so fantastic. And there's so many things to plug here. So I'll plug some stuff real quick. On Mondays, there's the Monday Night Raw show. It's right after Monday Night Raw. I don't know what the Monday Night Raw team is going to do, but next week, Monday Night Raw it's around 3 p.m. Correct, Mad Dog?
Yes, it is. I let them know last night, so hopefully the team is aware that it's 3 p.m. next week.
Not sure about the time and when they want to do it, because they might want to continue to do it at the same time that they have been reviewing it, but continue. Once again, if you like that button, hit that like button, the subscribe button. You're going to be informed and you're going to know when we go live. You can catch us on Tuesdays talking about NXT and a bunch of wild things. I mean, it's always a great time here on Tuesdays. It's always a great time here on Unpopular Review. On Wednesdays, we have the AEW crew. Check them out. They go on right after AEW go off the air. And the SmackDown boys, they are back. They were back this past Sunday. I'm not sure if they're going to be on Saturday or Sunday. I'm just not totally sure. But once again, you hit that notification button. You're going to know when they go live. And there's so much stuff. There's entertainment things going on here. And Wrestling Dog, because you have content. And I think it's important because you do fantastic work. And I want the people to know, what are the fantastic things that you do on your YouTube?
So you can go to my YouTube channel, The Unofficial Camera Woman, where I go throughout Central Florida and occasionally South to record wrestling matches to put on the interwebs for the world to see. Might go to a show this coming weekend, so I might have the footage out for it that day, which I've already asked the person in charge of it. They said that it's totally fine if I do that, so there's that one that I had permission from. And a couple shows next week that I plan on going to, so I'll have one of those out afterwards, and I'll have some of that out later on in the future. So we will see what happens.
I love that. That is fantastic. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button for our channel. We have we've been trying to upload some clips here on the Big Pop Theory podcast on YouTube. We just did last week. We recorded for NXT Brooklyn. That was 10 years ago. It was a fun show to review. We haven't done audio. We were going to do audio last week, but then I realized hey, this week is my birthday. I'm probably not going to want to do a whole lot of podcasting. So forgive me for being selfish, but I just don't want to do it at the moment. And I just said, hey, why don't we come back, a week after and stuff like that. So we're going to keep coming back and still talk about stuff about that. Love this thing about talking about professional wrestling with you guys. So hopefully you can continue to support the Big Pop Theory podcast. That's fun. But you guys are great in the chat. Oh, we have to make sure we throw that out here. Jeffrey says, I watched your NXT stream today. Jack and the team and America Alpha. How you let Shay say? I don't know. I messed up. I'm sorry, bro. It happens, I'm sorry. But continue to support Unpopular Review. It's great here. I don't want to be super long and everything, but I want to thank you guys for being in the chat. You guys are awesome. Once again, awesome. This was a great way to kick off my birthday week. So you guys were fantastic. Although you guys did not believe that I was Canadian, that was very upsetting. Just shut up and listen to me. You know, I have a clip. Can I play a clip when people don't believe me? All right, cool. Everyone's down for it. No one fights me. I love this. I'm gonna play this. Oh,
Hey,
I didn't
pal.
play.
You just blowing from Stupid Town?
I love that old school SpongeBob. But that's the show. Let's end the show. George says good night. Todd says later. Happy birthday week. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys in the chat were fantastic. We'll see you guys next week. We hope to see you guys Sunday. Please plug that. What do you got going on Thursday, Mad Dog? I apologize.
I just spoke to Crazy Enough, right? Finally, like right before NXT goes on the air, I called Vinny. I'm like, dude, we really need to sit down and do this review show. Prediction show for Forbidden Door. And he goes, when you want to do it? I'm like, Thursday's the day. He goes, can we do it earlier in the day? I'm like, okay. So 6 p.m. Thursday night, we are going to be doing the AEW Forbidden Door. So I know a couple around, in the UPR film, like called something else. I'm calling it by its official name because that's, the prediction guy thing. So make sure you check that out. And then sometime next week, because I have a concert next Thursday, I got to talk to Big Daddy Cool about the Clash of Paris one. But check out Thursday night, 6 p.m. Vinny and I, Venomous, we'll talk some AEW predictions. Forbidden Door looks good. But apparently I might be watching Heatwave that night because we might be doing a review of Heatwave that night. So we will see. I will see. I might have to watch Forbidden Door on Monday. I've never done that before, but that's okay. Anyway, but yes, please check us out Thursday night, 6 p.m. Don't check it out here on the channel.
And with that said, I was going to say adios, and then I was going to say other word. But anyway, bye, guys. This has been the NXT Review Show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully we see you guys here Sunday for Heatwave. So be well, be safe, and oh, I'm sorry. I got it. I can I one more thing. I know it's my birthday, and everyone's giving me a pass. Enjoy your tacos. Bye.
Guys.